You're listening to Praxis Makes Perfect by REI.
Hi, my name is Lisa Brown. I work at the Center for Human Rights, Equity, and Inclusion, and I'm an Education and Communications Advisor.
Hi, my name is Miriam Greenblatt, and I am an advisor for equity, diversity, inclusion as it relates to institutional initiatives.
Hi, everyone. My name is Melissa Theodore. I am an Institutional Initiative Advisor with the Center for Human Rights, Equity, and Inclusion.
And I'm Carolina Ruiz. Like Lisa, I'm a Communications and Education Advisor at REI. Welcome to Praxis Makes Perfect, a new podcast brought to you by the REI team. Now, we promise that sometime in the future, we're going to make a special episode explaining the podcast name, Praxis Makes Perfect, and what the thinking behind the podcast is. But for our pilot episode, we wanted to loop folks into the Pride Kickoff celebration, the one that took place on June 2 at Vari Hall, along with a preview of other Pride events at both the Kiel and Glendon campuses that some of you might have missed. So, for this year's Pride Kickoff celebration, the REI team headed to Vari Hall.
Yay! We're going in. We're going in.
Oh, this would have been a good opportunity to take a picture of everybody.
So people are filing in through the hall. Everybody's excited. First ever. I think this is the first ever in-person event that I've ever attended at York after the pandemic.
Now, Lisa, because you've been volunteered to do this for us, can you tell us about Vari Hall?
Sure, can definitely do that. So Vari Hall is, I would say, the front-facing York University signature in that it faces Kiel Street, and many people recognize York University by the image of Vari Hall. And the significance of that hall is actually important to note in this moment too, because there was time in past it was 2018 that the Pride flag was flown in Vari Hall, and unfortunately it was vandalized at that time. And so events after and years after had taken place, and the flags were put in other locations, it was nice to return to Vari Hall to have a place to hang this particular flag. So it was great.
It was really nice. It was my first event at York. Outside, not even since the pandemic, just at York in general. So it was really nice to see and meet all the other service providers at York. So we had many different departments join us. We had student, community, and learning and leadership development. I'll say it again. We had student, community, and leadership development, SLD. We had student counseling, health, and well-being. We had a career education and development center, the 2S LGBTQIA plus alumni network called Saga. We had community support and services, the Center for Indigenous Student Services. We had the athletics and recreation Pride Shop, and we also had student accessibility services. So each department set up a table, and they were providing resources and information to the students and everyone who walked by. So it looked like a mini fair. There was a lot of foot traffic. It was very exciting. And the line for the ice cream never ended. Never. So it was a huge success.
Yeah, it was really nice. The sun was out as well. It was like one of the first hot days on campus. And so We really enjoyed seeing each other. The flag was really beautiful. It's still up at Vari Hall, sort of unfurled in this window, and the light coming in, and then going outside and kind of seeing campus back to life, like all of these tables. And a lot of first year students came up and asked questions about what's the Center for Human Rights and learned about, student leadership opportunities with SCLD. Got to see the Center for Sexual Violence Prevention, and our team did a social media campaign. So we asked folks, what will you do to support the 2S LGBTQIA plus community at York? And a lot of people had really interesting and creative answers about supporting queer community at York. Somebody wrote, like, I will gently offer a correction if somebody misgenders my classmates or my friends. And we had a lot of interest, I think, because we're finally able to do things safely outdoors, in person, and connect as a community. It felt very community oriented that day.
So if you missed the event and the ice cream, we're providing some recorded highlights from the event right here. Unfortunately, you will have to get your own ice cream. But save for that, it will be as if you were right there with us.
Everyone, and
Let's
happy
listen.
Pride. So I am pleased to welcome you to York University's Pride Month 2022 opening ceremony. My name is Lisa Brown. I am a Communications and Education Advisor at the Center for Human Rights, Equity, and Inclusion. And today we are gathered here to open Pride and the wonderful events that we have ongoing throughout the course of the month. So I'm going to first start us off with our land acknowledgement, and I'm going to invite Zara Brown to the podium to give the land acknowledgement. Following Zara Brown, please make welcome the Vice President of Equity, People, and Culture, Sheila Cote-Meek, who will be providing our opening address. Thank you. Happy Pride, everybody. Woo, let's go! York University recognizes that many indigenous nations have a long-standing relationship with territories upon which York University campuses are located that precede the establishment of York University. York University acknowledges its presence on the traditional territories of many indigenous nations. The area known as Takaranto has been caretaken by the Anishinaabe Nation, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat. It is now a home to many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis communities. We acknowledge the current treaty holders, the Mississaugas of Credit First Nation. This territory is the subject of Dish with One Spoon, One Palm, but Covenant, and it's an agreement to peaceably share and care for the Great Lakes region. Thank you.
It's hot under these masks, isn't it? So thanks very much for the land acknowledgement, Sarah. So bonjour, kwekwe, and warm greetings. Semakwe Dijnakaz Makwado Dem, Temiagama Anishinaabe. And I want to say welcome as well to everyone here to the opening of Pride Month. I'm happy to be here with all of you as we join together to launch a very significant moment on our yearly calendars. We have chosen today, Thursday, June 2nd, to launch Pride Month at York University, and this is no coincidence. Many of you know that June is also National Indigenous History Month. As an educational institution, we are deeply committed to the efforts to decolonize academic spaces where we work towards equity, model inclusivity, understand the intersections of diverse experiences and perspectives, and strive to increase feelings of inclusion and belonging. Today, as we celebrate the launch of Pride Month, we are reaffirming our institutional commitment and leveraging the role that we all play in supporting members of the 2SL LGBTQIA+ community, recognizing their many contributions to society as well as to York University as thought leaders, trailblazers, and positive change makers. We also, each one of us, have a responsibility for upholding human rights, creating environments where we can live free from discrimination and harassment, especially as a member of this dynamic community. There is a rich history that brings us here together today, and not all of it is celebratory in nature. In fact, Pride Month is rooted in the fight against systemic discrimination and oppression that continues to weigh heavily on this community. In academia, for example, there are recent studies which suggest that sexual minority students are less likely to be retained in the STEM fields, choosing to pursue faculty members. Oh, sorry, I might have mixed up my notes here. Faculty members to leave their academic and research workplace related to feelings of exclusion in a heteronormative climate, microaggressions that prove deeply insulting and hurtful, and even, I would venture to say, traumatic over time, and even more overt forms of exclusion and hostility. This weight is shouldered by many who have still found the resilience and resistive spirit to live, love, and exist beyond the stigmas, the traumas, and the struggles. As social justice activists and unifiers, members of the 2SL LGBTQIA+ community build and strengthen a sense of community during Pride Month celebrations. This is really key to realizing both positive change as well as creating more positive spaces. Pride Month reinforces the idea that spaces should and must be inclusive for all. As we roll out the university's first equity, diversity, and inclusion strategy, this aim will also be central to our endeavors. It is imperative to identify and acknowledge the institutional, the attitudinal, and systemic barriers that have prevented equity-deserving groups and community members from accessing research and programmatic opportunities, rendering them more disadvantaged than their collegial counterparts. Then, the work to create more positive spaces that restore and reconcile relationships and reimagine and write a barrier-free way begins. So you can see we have much work still left to do. As an immense signifier of positive space, the Pride Progress flag hangs up here, or will be hung up here in Vari Hall, to be unfurled and represent our institutional values, priority, and commitment to advancing feelings of inclusion for the community. We, as part of the administration of York University, recognize the significance of a flag drop, where the flag is unfurled rather than raised on a flagpole, and its relationship to, again, the sincere efforts to decolonize our practices and our understandings and our approaches to the way that we work. We will take a moment shortly to witness this unfurling and truly open the month-long Pride recognition for the York community. As I close, let me encourage each of you to participate in several events taking place across York campuses, virtually and in person. Namely, the Center for Human Rights, Equity, and Inclusion will be hosting the Ready Summer Workshop Series with a focus on sexuality and gender. The workshop titled Creating and Maintaining Positive Space will be facilitated both in English and in French, so please take a moment to visit the Center for Human Rights, Equity, and Inclusion website for further information. At Glendon, 2 Pride dates to remember are June 7th and 22nd. On the 7th, there will be a flag drop at the Center of Excellence. As well, on the 22nd of June, there is a virtual launch of the Gender Inclusive French Guide. The Center for Student Community and Leadership Development, otherwise known as SCLD, the York Federation of Students, YFS, Trans, Bisexual, Lesbian, Gay, Asexual at York, TBL Gay, and the Center for Indigenous Student Services, CISS, KISS, Student Counseling, Health and Wellbeing, and the York Alumni Group, Sexuality and Gender Advocacy Alumni Network, will all have as well incredible and educational events for you to participate in over the course of the month. As we close this part of the ceremony and commemorate Pride Month, I will be joined by Izzadeen from the Sexuality and Gender Advocacy Alumni Network to unfurl the flag. The Alumni Network is a newly formed group and actively looking for volunteers, so if you're interested, please be sure to visit their table just outside. So thank you, merci, and miigwech for being here with us today.
So we're watching the flag unfurl. One, two, three. Oops. A little glitch. And there it is.